Hello everybody and welcome to Storm Reads, and today I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of the books that I have read in the past couple of weeks and what I'm currently reading and things like that. And got a little different look going on, got my hair down. I don't normally do that. Looking at myself, I just feel like I look funny. But anyway, so I don't believe I've talked about this one, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And that's Those Who Came Before by J.H. Moncrief. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, it's my first book by this author, and it was really good. It's about a Native American folklore, and it's got all the good stuff in it. There's a bit of gore, and there's a campground that's kind of haunted with this thing, and got a police detective who is trying to figure things out. At the beginning, it starts out like right away with probably like, I don't know, maybe 5 pages or 6. It wasn't that far into it. And this group of, so there was 2 guys and 2 girls. They go camping, and when they go to sleep, whenever one wakes up and the other finds the other ones are all slaughtered. So, and it has to do with this Native American folklore. So I thought it was pretty cool. And so if you like horror, I think you would like this one. And I'm going to see what else this author has written because I really like this. So I read Dean Koontz's The Face of Fear. This was from like, I think 1976 or 8, or I mean, it was somewhere around in there. And you can tell this is like one of his first books because it was horrible. And I don't feel bad saying that because there's a new afterwards in the back of this. So, like, since this got, like, re-released, I guess. He wrote it under a different name, Brian something. And if I was him, I would have just, like, pretended it didn't exist because it was horrible. But he even admits that it wasn't really that great. And so I don't feel so bad saying that. But the way he portrayed the policeman in here, like the detective, it was really making me mad because it made the detective sound like he was so dumb. Like, worse than Columbo dumb. It was just, he was horrible. It always made him sound like he just wasn't educated and he wasn't smart. And there's reasons he can't figure these things out is because he's just not smart enough. And it was driving me crazy. Plus, it just really wasn't all that interesting. It was about, there's this serial killer called the Butcher. And there's a clairvoyant who, after he had a climbing accident, he can now, like, see things, and he's been helping the police, and he sees some things about the Butcher, and it makes the Butcher a little nervous because he mentioned his middle name, and so he decides that he's going to take care of the clairvoyant guy and the guy's girlfriend, kind of do a 2-for-1 thing, and they're up in this tower, like a skyscraper, and they're on their own. And this killer is after them, and they're trying to get away from him. And he ends up having to face his fear because he's afraid of heights. And they end up having to go like through the elevator shafts and all kinds of things trying to get away from this guy. It was a little unreal because I was like, you really couldn't get away from this guy. I mean, the things that they had to do, it just seemed a little unreal. But I found out that it was made into like a TV movie like in the 90s. So I'm kind of curious. I would like to see what the movie was like. But it really wasn't that good. I do like Dean Koontz, so I know that, you know, I like his others, but I can just tell this was an early book. So I read Snow Creek by Greg Olson, and I wasn't a real big fan of this one either. I usually like Greg Olson's books, the ones that I've read. I haven't read that many, but I've liked them, so I really thought I'd like this one. And it's about a detective who is trying to figure out what happened to this missing person. And they're in a small town called Snow Creek. And it just really wasn't really that interesting. And then some of the things that was going on in it just didn't make a lot of sense. I I'm not sure if I even like the detective that much. She's got a lot of baggage, and you get to find out a little bit about her through the book. But it was just, it's really what, I can't really say too much because I feel like it would spoil it if I did. But the ending didn't wrap up quite as nicely as I thought it should. I kind of guessed where it was going towards the end, what the twist was, but it actually, it had some pretty good twist in it. And things, you know, as of, like, who killed the people that are dead. So, that was kind of interesting. But it kind of went places, and then I felt like those things just didn't get wrapped up really nice. And I know that whatever the background is of the police detective, Megan, you don't get to find out everything about her because they're going to want you to read the second book in the series and stuff. But she's just really messed up, and I just don't know if I like her or not, and I'm not sure if I will continue with the series, but, I mean, it was okay. I think others might like this a lot better than I did. It just, I don't know, it just didn't catch me. It didn't catch me good, so I don't really care for it much. I finished, I'm going to guess on this, because I'm not sure how to pronounce that, a Riesling to Die. I know nothing about wine, so I have no idea what that word even is, really. This is a wine country cozy mystery, and even though I don't really know much about wine, I mean, I still liked it pretty much, but it wasn't real great. J.C. Eaton's first series, called the Sophie Kimball series, is like one of my absolute favorites. I absolutely love that series. It is so funny, and it's so hilarious. All the characters, they're great. So I was really excited about reading this other one, but I'm not enjoying this series quite as much. The main character, Nori, she's really kind of dumb, and she does stupid things that, you know, I think she should just be arrested for, because she holds back too much information from the police. She seems to think that she's a little bit too smarter than the police, I think, and that bugs me sometimes when they think that. And she just does some really stupid things that could get her into a lot of trouble, and I just didn't like it, and just didn't have the characters, the funness of the first series by this writing duo. But I'm still enjoying it, okay? It's not as good as the other one. So that's all the books that I have currently read, and here's what I'm reading right now. So I'm reading Iona Andrews' Magic Binds. This is number 9 in the Kate Daniels series. And I am about 3 chapters into it, so I haven't gotten very far. But I got to get this one finished, because me and my friend, we put our buddy read post up on Thursday. So got to get it done. So, but I like pretty much every one of the Kate Daniels novels. Some better than others. So I'm hoping I'm going to like this, and we're getting so close to getting to the end of the series. It's kind of fun that we're getting to. It's kind of bittersweet that we're almost done with the series, because there are 10 in the series, and this is number 9. So, but I like it. I can't wait to see what happens. I am also currently still working on Stephen King's The Stand. Me and my friend, our buddy, reading this one too. And I'm supposed to be here by not this Thursday, but the next one, so that we can talk about this much of the book, because we're breaking it up into like thirds, and I'm like here, so I got a little ways to go. And most people know what The Stand is about, but it's a post-apocalyptic story about half the world gets like wiped out by some kind of biological thing, and the ones that are left, there's a good versus evil thing going on. I read it a long time ago, like when I was a teenager, and it's been a long time, and I've seen the movie, but even that, I don't really remember exactly what happened. I just know there's the good guys and the bad guys and stuff like that, and I know who the Abigail is the good lady, and Randall Flagg is like the devil guy or something, and that's about all I know about that. I'm also reading Chardonnay to Rest by J.C. Eaton. It's the second book in the series that I just showed you, of the Wine Country series, and I would say I've got about 35% left maybe. I have to read it on my phone, so I can't show you because I'm using the phone to record. And I forgot to put a photo on my Kindle, but I'll put a picture here. And it's a little bit better than the first one, but it's still, she does some things that really, really upsets me and makes me mad. She's holding information from the police, and she seems to get upset when the police actually know something that she knows. I mean, like they don't know how to do their job, and that kind of stuff just aggravates me. I mean, she's an amateur sleuth. It's not like she's supposed to, you know, beat the police or whatever, and it aggravates me. And overall, just the characters aren't quite as fun as in the first series, but I'll get over it. Hopefully. But anyway, I mean, it's been pretty good, and I'm curious to see who the killer is, and to get to the next one. I'm trying to read the whole series in a month, and so I've got to pick it up. I have 2 more books after this one to go, and only 2 weeks to go, so we'll see. I don't know if we're gonna make it, but I'm trying. Anyway, that's everything that I have read or that I'm currently reading, and I hope you like this, and if you did, please give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.